The hospital lights never really turned off. They only dimmed just enough to remind everyone that night had come, but suffering hadn't ended. Machines hummed softly, monitors blinked, and footsteps echoed in distant corridors. On bed number 14 lay beside her sat her son Neil. Neil was 6 years old. His feet didn't reach the floor when he sat on the chair, so he tucked them under himself, knees pulled close to his chest. He hadn't slept properly in days. Dark circles hugged his eyes, but he refused to lie down. He was guarding her. Ananya's eyelids fluttered as pain moved through her body like slow fire. She tried to keep her eyes open because every time she closed them, Neil panicked. "Ma?" he would whisper immediately, leaning forward. "Don't sleep. I'm not sleeping," she'd say softly, "just resting my eyes." He'd nod, but his fingers would tighten around her hand. Doctors came and went, nurses changed drips. Words like infection, weak, and critical floated in the air, always stopping just short of Neil's ears, but never short enough. He understood more than the adults realized. That evening, Ananya's breathing grew heavier. Her eyes closed again, longer this time. Neil stood up suddenly. "Ma," he said, his voice shaking. "Wake up." Her eyes opened slowly. "I'm here." Beto, he swallowed hard. "If you sleep, I'll sleep too." She tried to smile. "That's good," she said. "You need rest." "No," he said quickly. "Not like that." She looked at him, confused. His voice cracked. "If you don't wake up, I won't either." Her heart clenched. "Why would you say that?" she asked, fighting the tremble in her voice. "Because when you sleep," he whispered, "everyone gets scared." She pulled him closer with what little strength she had. "Listen to me," she said gently. "Sleeping doesn't mean leaving." "But last night," he said, tears filling his eyes, the nurse said. She didn't wake up. Ananya closed her eyes for a moment, not from pain, but from fear. She cupped his face. "Neil," she said, "you must sleep even if I do." He shook his head violently. "No, I'll stay awake with you." She felt tears escape despite her effort. He laid his head on the edge of the bed, still holding her hand. His small fingers were warm, alive, anchoring her. "Remember," he murmured, "fighting sleep himself, when I was little and scared of the dark?" She smiled faintly. "You still are," you said, he continued. "If you sleep, I'll be right here when you wake up." Her throat tightened. "So now," he said, "I'm saying the same thing." Silence filled the room, heavy and fragile. Ananya's breathing slowed. Her eyelids grew heavier again. Neil noticed immediately. "Ma," he whispered urgently, standing up. "Stay with me, look at me." She forced her eyes open. "I'm here," she said. "If you feel sleepy," he said, tears spilling freely now, "tell me first, why?" "So I can stay awake harder." Her lips trembled. She kissed his knuckles softly. "You're so tired, my brave boy." "I'm not brave," he said. I'm scared that honesty broke her more than anything else. That night stretched endlessly. Neil sang softly half-remembered rhymes, broken tunes, anything to keep her awake. Whenever her eyes closed, he gently shook her hand. "Ma, Ma, near." Near dawn, Ananya stirred weakly. "Neil," she whispered. "I'm here," he said instantly. "Lie down," she said. "Just for a minute." He hesitated. "You promise you'll stay awake?" She nodded slowly. He rested his head beside her, still holding her hand, eyes open, fighting sleep with everything he had. Minutes passed. Then Ananya's grip loosened. Neil felt it. "Ma?" he whispered. No answer, Ma. Louder now. The machines continued their steady rhythm. A nurse rushed in. Then another. Neil was gently moved aside. "Please," he cried, clinging to the bed. She said she wouldn't sleep. No one answered him. When it was over, the room felt unbearably quiet. Neil stood still, eyes wide, as someone covered his mother's face. He climbed onto the bed slowly and lay beside her. "I told you," he whispered, curling into her side. "If you sleep, I'll sleep too." He closed his eyes, not because he wanted to, but because exhaustion finally won. Later, people would say Neil didn't cry much after that. They were wrong. He cried every night, because somewhere deep inside him lived a little boy who believed sleep was a promise, and waking up without his mother felt like the biggest betrayal of all.